Hey guys, welcome to the 2v2 between Media and 50 cal. Thus far, this is being the second game playing. Hopefully, it'll work out. Let me check the teams real fast. We got Dynasty, who's actually G5 starting the 12 o'clock location. I believe he went random, but it looks like he got Protoss, so kudos to him. Gotunks is going to be starting at the 6 o'clock location in green. Sorry for the Jets going overhead. He is going to be paired with Gomi, who's starting at the about the 2 o'clock location in teal, and then about the 8 o'clock location. Of course, we have Machine, so it's going to be Machine and G5 here. Special shout out to him. I haven't seen him in a while actually. And both Zerg actually at close locations, which should make an interesting matchup. Zerg passing in the night, both Overlords going into each other's base. I'd expect both players to either go for either 12 pools or 9 pools, seeing the close locations. We'll see. And both Protoss, we'll see what they end up doing, actually, because they're at close locations as well. They're going to know it as soon as these Overlords pass each other, so that's the big indicator right here. This is the, once again, so 50 cal actually taking their first loss here. I know they were very excited about this matchup. We'll see how things continue to progress in the future. It looks like we have a single probe scout going out for, who is this, for Mu? Is it Mu? No, sorry, for Gomi. Mu's actually AFK from this match, been replaced by Gotunks. So Gomi sending out the probe scout to the 12 o'clock location, going to check out what G5's up to. We'll see if G5, it looks like he's going to get his initial gateway down. I would not be surprised if he did a 2-gate push here. He's got that first gateway going down, also sending out his probe scout, second probe coming out for Gomi to actually put down that gateway. The opposite end, let's check what the Zerg are up to. A couple eggs hatching backside. We do see an 9-pool plus gas for Gotunks here at the 6 o'clock location, so he's going to get some quick Zerglings out in the field. The opposite end, we're seeing the spawning pool. It looks like we saw a 12-pool here on the opposite end for Machine, so Machine going to go a little bit more economical. Now he's getting his extractor down as well. See if these speed upgraded Zerglings can do any damage on Machine side, or if they just decide to do a double push up into G5, who's got his two gateways going down. Looks like, yeah, it's just going to be a straight up micro feat here, because 2 gateways on the opposite side also for Gomi, and that's generally what 2v2 comes down to, is the dual gates and then just pressure, pressure, pressure. And the question is which do they want to pressure first? Do they want to go after Machine? Do they want to go after G5? And the opposite end, do G5 and Machine want to end up going after Gotunks or the opposite side? Honestly, I think it's going to be a little bit, but I think the aggressors are going to be 50 cal simply because of these Zerglings that are going to be produced just momentarily by Gotunks. Now Gotunks has those Zerglings pushing out in the field. Going to be big indicator to see which direction they head. Looks like they, on first guess, I'm going to assume that they're going to just go into Machine space. We're going to see the Zealots plus the Zerglings trying to push in there. It does look like they are in fact heading that direction. Looks like we got a pause from Gomi here. So another call for pause. And now once again, I wish I had some music to throw in between with, you know, the do-do-do-do-do. Let me get kind of a appraisal of the situation. There's still 2 gates up. No Zealot's been produced yet. 2 gates on the opposite end as well. G5 looks like he has a Zealot blocking his front door. Was expecting some Zerglings this direction, I suppose. And just wanted to make sure that no other probes could get inside his base for any scouting purposes. Looks like a Zealot actually is, the first Zealot is coming outside the base here. Starting to push across, and it's going to be a little bit delayed, and we'll see it's not doing sort of defenses Machine has in the meantime. Looks like he's now producing some Zerglings. They should actually be popping right as the Zerglings on the opposite side are approaching the front door. And usually the height advantage, basically if you get that outward cone, you can get that basically more surface area on the outside. That's who wins Zergling battles, and that will be in Machine's favor if he can create it on his ramp. The question, and it's going to be really close actually, as you can see Gotunk's first Zergling is going to be right about here, and you'll probably see them pop just as he's kind of approaching the secondary area. Not sure how, I could be wrong, he could be producing drones here, but that would be a little bit suicidal, and I seriously doubt that. Still waiting on Gomi in the meantime to restart. Looks like a little bit of confusion, not quite sure what the holdup is, obviously. Could be some random things in the background. Waiting on Machine's asking for a hurry. We're good to go, looks like. So catching underway. Machine's actually got a quick game. He's got a game that's coming pretty quick after this, so he's going to have top to the World Cyber Game qualifiers immediately after. So here we see the Zerglings pushing up. There are the counter Zerglings just as they enter the secondary. Looks like Gotunk's Zerglings are going to be able to breach the ramp. No, they're actually backing off. They were waiting, I guess, for the actually no, sorry, a second pause by G5. So getting a little too excited here. So second pause, looks like the Zerglings are just now approaching the ramp. G5 still has that Zealot on the opposite end. Looks like he's getting gas down, so thinking about some higher level tech. The opposite side, no gas from Gomi. Second Zealot has been produced. Zealot about mid-range. Waiting for the go here. Looks like we're ready. And there's the unpause, and now we've got Gotunks. It looks like he almost reached. I think if he had just gone, he would have gotten up the ramp, but now Machine is going to be able to produce some additional Zerglings. Looks like he's getting a second hatchery inside of his base, so he's going to be able to produce a lot of Zerglings really quickly. More Zerglings coming alongside. He's just going to wait for additional Zerglings, additional Zealots. Machine is going to see this. He's going to see the push coming across. And see, he's got that nice bow to absorb all those attacks, and honestly, he can, with fewer units, do a lot more damage there, especially without a ranged unit alongside. Now it looks like a couple probes being sent again to the G5's base up north, and more Zealots continuing to stream along across. G5 still has that probe running around the base. It looks like G5 getting a pylon and cybernetics core in the backfield. They're actually now backing off and now headed towards G5's base, it looks like. G5 does have 3 Zealots on his front door, so he's actually in a pretty good position as well. No, it looks like the Zerglings just hanging out in the middle of the map. They are speed upgraded, however, alongside, and so it looks like what they might be doing is actually putting a contain on Machine, so they're just going to try to box Machine in and then try to take over the rest of the map in the meantime. A lot of Zerglings out in the middle of the field, so that might be the strategy which is being employed at this point. And we'll see, 2 Zerglings left there, but G5's probe that was out in the middle of the field has now been killed, and we'll see what's going on in the meantime. We've got a second hatchery also going down for Gotunks, and I don't see an additional tech, just continuous gateways here on the opposite end for Gomi, and the Overlord is going to come in. It's going to see those 3 gateways down just momentarily, and 5 Zealots in the meantime on G5's front door. G5 continuing to pump out. He's got that Citadel of Adun down, so he is going to be able to produce the Templar Archives or even speed upgraded Zealots should he want it. Machine, in the meantime, he's got the Zerglings producing, but now he's kind of running into the opposite problem where he's containing his base, but I think he's going to have an easier time going down obviously than going up and just pouring out. He's also got a Sunken Colony now teching to lair. Gotunk's also teching to lair, so it looks like it might come down to the Zerg tech at this point, but keep in mind the X factor is this Templar Archives alongside in G5's base. I don't know if we're going to see any I don't see an Overlord anywhere near the base for Gomi in the meantime, so he's going to have a detection problem if those Dark Templar do come out, and he's got that pylon to do a little bit of spotting, that probe trying to tempt some of those Zealots off the front lines. Not going to happen though.